Hey everybody, Vice here. Welcome back to Let's Play King's Quest 2, the VGA remake. Let's continue on. Sorry I haven't been recording for a while. I just didn't really feel like doing it for some reason. And new updates available on computer. Yes, I see that. Don't really care. That always seems to randomly pop up on my computer from time to time. New updates available, even though my computer doesn't really need it. But okay, whatever. Oh god. Get off the screen quick. Anyway, last time we got the water gem, and now we are getting ready to go get the air gem. As that's the second of the 3 gems that we need to go through the Door of Destiny. Anyway, let's take off the town. That nature noises. Dat nature noises? Them nature noises. Wow. Grammar go gone.
Here. This might help your sneezing.
Oh, thanks. Here, you can have this back now.
You retrieve the partially used cloth from the haystack.
Feel better?
Yeah, it's so good to be able to
An item.
You take the silver needle.
That is going to be very important for later in the... when we go get the last gem. But we're going for now. Thanks, computer.
You're not close enough. You're not.
Really, game? You're gonna be that Pacific right now? There's something under the door right here we need to get. There we go.
Making sure that no one is watching, you slide the wooden picket under the door and draw out what appears to be a letter.
Okay, let's see what that's about.
You open the letter and read it. Dear applicant, please find enclosed the library membership card to which you are now entitled. The 5-year application process has concluded, and we are pleased to inform you that your status as a member of the town library is confirmed. Welcome to an exclusive group of patrons. Yours sincerely, Town Librarian. P.S. Please sign your name on the card to ensure validation.
Okay, so now we have to go to the library, which is right here. Okay, the librarian. I don't normally cuss, but, yeah, she's a bitch.
May I help you?
Yes, I was hoping to enrich my knowledge of this fair land by way of perusing your historical texts.
My, that was well put.
No.
Not terribly effective, though.
Pardon me, perhaps I was not clear?
You were.
Then may I?
No.
Yeah.
Why can't I?
You are not a member.
Well then, can I become a member?
No.
See what I mean? God.
Why can I not become a member?
We already have far too many members. It's difficult to keep track of everything.
How many members are there?
2.
Two is impossible. But look at all these books you have, because, you know, that's not more difficult. Hey.
If I may inquire, who are your 2 members?
You may not. Neither the Count of Kalima nor the elderly gentleman who lives next door would approve of my divulging that information to you.
Ah, thank you anyway.
Yeah, Graham notices the flaw in how she just put that. God, she's such a bitch.
You mentioned the Count of Kalima is a member of this library.
Yes.
Have you seen him recently?
The librarian looks at you strangely.
No.
Okay.
Is there any way I might meet the Count?
Yes.
How?
Die.
Okay.
I would have to die to meet the Count?
Depends.
On what?
Your importance.
And if I am important?
Then you might be fortunate enough to be buried on his estate.
Who is buried on the Count's estate?
Counts!
Aha. Past Counts, of course. Anyone else?
Yes!
Who?
Him!
Pardon? Do you mean the Count is dead?
The librarian decides to avoid your gaze and seems disinclined to speak further with you on the subject.
That means yes. Well, that's interesting. Anywho, let's show her this library card.
Will you accept this?
No,
Why not?
it has not been signed.
One time when she's speaking the truth. Now grab this pen when she's not looking so you can sign it. Come on, look away.
You quickly grab the quill while the librarian isn't looking and sign your name on the blank library card. You replace the quill before the librarian notices it missing.
Now will you accept it?
Will you accept this?
Yes, you are younger than I expected.
I eat well and get a lot of exercise.
I see.
So,
No, you don't.
what do I do now?
Borrow.
You mean I can take books from this library?
No.
No.
Oh.
Yes?
Could you recommend a good book?
I'll give you a clue. Starts with N and ends with O. No.
There.
The librarian has placed the book on the desk for you to read. Thoughtful, isn't she? This book is entitled Legends. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt. It's a page of the book is already saying all it has to say.
Pretty much this just tells you about the first game, pretty much, and tells about what King Graham already knows. So yeah, kinda useless. Also, this talks about magic and whatnot, and all about the magic and whatnot of, I think, this game, I think, at the moment, because of how it's colored. I'm checking for a second. Yeah, I'm pretty much talking about this game at the moment, but I'm not gonna bother reading all that.
Yes?
Could you recommend another good book?
And yeah, it's limited.
There.
This book is entitled Power, Politics, and Pulpits. Browsing through it, you notice an interesting excerpt.
Let's see here. I'm checking. Yeah, pause if you want to read this at all or anything. This pretty much talks about the third gem we're going to have to deal with later, so as that's my hint to you.
You have nothing else to say at the moment.
Yeah, it's only 2. Anywho, let's look at these books.
You glance at the titles on this shelf, revealing the truth about seeing unicorns and something about oneself in the process. Future's History, the true story of Space Quest 12.
The computer messing up again. Nice.
Gullible's Travels. A guide to bushranging. Safety tips on robbery while wearing a metal box on your head. The Theory of Relativity and other half-baked crackpot ideas. Arrival of the Ancients. Were their origins of this world? That seems like a silly title. Where else would they have come from? The stars? Chronicling the Longest Journey. Or How to Sustain a Compelling Story when your lead character sounds like an airhead. Magic for the Layman. All you need is a good book. Dragon Slaying for Dummies.
If you need that, you're pretty much a dummy to even go after and try that.
Dwarves are from Mars, elves are from Venus.
Okay.
The Taming of the Shrew.
Boring.
Jousting and other party games.
Mario Party?
The Beginner's Guide to Buying Your First Horse.
I hate horses, so hell to the no.
Drunks and Monks, How to Tell Them Apart.
Uh-oh.
Quest for Glory, A Hero's Death.
Meh.
10 Easy Steps to Owning Your Own Castle.
Kinda useless.
Revealing the Truth About Futures. You glance at the titles on this shelf. Remember the Triton, an autobiography from the ruler of the Mer people. Icebergs and Unsinkable Ships.
Sure. The Titanic was an unsinkable ship. Right.
The Legends of Weirwood Forest.
Robin Hood, I think?
Trolls and Bridges, an Obsession Explained.
This computer's really getting on my nerves.
Guidebook to the Land of Tamir. A Tale of the Flannelled One. Apparently, this book is about the author of a 6-part space opera.
Oh, God.
Livin' La Vida Loca.
Meh.
How Not to Turn a Novel into a Film. See Dune. Curses and Counter Curses, and How Not to Get Them Confused.
Eh, boy.
101 Things to Do When You Are Lonely. You are not even going to touch this one.
Oh my God! I don't remember that at all.
Let's get physical. With what, you wonder?
And right after that one, no, that's excellent.
Modern Inventions Monthly. This month's edition focuses on an essay entitled Reinventing the Wheel. Shrimps and Barbecues, an Inexplicable Connection. Carnivorous Plants. When and what to feed them without arousing suspicion. It is written by a man named Seymour Krelborn.
I think that's a reference to a King's Quest game later.
Cooking tips for singles. While you are single and you can't cook, you still have no need of this book. At least, not with the entire kitchen staff at your disposal back home. Even rotten tomatoes deserve a little respect.
That's a reference to another King's Quest game
the
later.
Triton. You glance Chronicles of the Brady Bunch. Interesting. This book has a warning label. Prolonged exposure may cause irreparable damage to your perception of reality.
Reference to the Brady Bunch and how stupid it is.
A Traveler's Guide to Ludor. You skim through the book. It describes a small town which serves as a port of call for passing ships. Apparently, it is under the jurisdiction of a wizard who is not at all popular with the locals.
That's a reference to another King's Quest game later.
Selling your wares without selling yourself. The art of being a lowly merchant and feeling proud of it. Mildly curious, you open the book. The first chapter is entitled, The Truth of Falsity. It begins to describe how to make a totally worthless item seem like a must-have for the gullible buyer. A later chapter entitled, The Serious Business of Talking Funny, details how to adopt a foreign accent and use fragmented grammar to convince the same gullible buyer that you are not just some ordinary con artist trying to make a quick gold.
Yeah, sounds like that guy from earlier that we saved that kid pumpkin from.
Eusphoria, the many that became one. This book tells of how, over time, the realm of Eusphoria ceased to be a multitude of feuding regions and became a united kingdom. Once unable to defend itself, even as a whole, it now has a large standing army. The present lord of the realm is said to be kind, generous, and wise. The art of becoming a porculus to porculus salesman.
Is that supposed to be a reference to King of the Hill with propane and propane accessories? Huh.
Melodies for Minstrels. Ooga Booga Land and other undesirable travel destinations.
That's a reference to another King's Quest game later. And other references if you're thinking of something else.
The Carpenter's Handbook. The Big Book of British Smiles. Chronicles of the A Traveler's Use.
Okay, it's repeating itself now.
Piles upon. Presumably. You see some odd-looking boxes stacked neatly on top of the filing cabinet. They have titles written on the side, such as Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. You see some odd-looking boxes stacked neatly on top of the filing cabinet. They have titles written on the side, such as Leisure Suit Larry 4, The Missing Floppies. You see some odd-looking boxes stacked.
Conquest of the Lombo.
You see some odd-looking boxes stacked
Freddy
neatly on top of the filing.
Fournier Masochist.
You see some odd-looking. You see some odd-looking boxes stacked
Police
neatly
Quest
on
2:
top
The
of the.
Vengeance.
You see some.
Quest for Glory 4: Shadow something. So references to Sarah games. Okay. Anywho, I think we need to try to remember. Oh yeah, at this point, there's nothing else to do. We just really leave. The library thing's just pretty much just to give you hints about some of the game, that part with the green words. Yeah, it's supposed to give you hints for something, but anywho, let's continue on now, finally.
Good afternoon. What can I do for you, dear?
Hello. Do you sell anything that would aid in ascent up a mountain?
Unfortunately, I do not sell climbing equipment, or anything of that sort. This is really a specialist store.
Oh.
However, I do have an item which you might find useful. This lamp is said to contain a genie. Never tried it myself, of course. I do not believe in using magic to solve my problems. Nature has made us as we are, and we should be glad of that.
Uh-huh. How much for the lamp?
The old lady hesitates. You sense she wants more from you than your money. You hope it is not anything that you will regret.
Well, seeing as how you are a man who seems adept at taking care of himself, perhaps you could do a small favor for me?
Somehow, you knew she was going to say that.
Yeah.
I once owned a beautiful nightingale. Quite rare around here. But the sentimental value far outweighs its monetary worth. That foul old witch, Hagatha, has stolen it from me. Probably to use in some concoction or another.
Her nose screws up in disgust.
So, if you could be a sweetie and retrieve it for me, I will trade you. The lamp for the bird. Agreed?
Well, I will see what I can do.
Do be careful. If Hagatha should spot you out of her good eye, then you'll be in for it.
Yep, it's now time to deal with Hagatha the Witch now. This is working. Things get interesting. And you'll see why in a minute. Ah, beautiful nature sounds. That's why things will get interesting. Anywho, I'm out of time for now, so this has been Vise. I'll see you guys next time for more King's Quest 2 VGA Remake. Sorry I haven't been making so many videos. I'll try to get more up earlier and earlier. Bye-bye for now.
Dost thou truly wish to cease our adventuring?